Hi there, folks. Welcome to this episode of Michael in the Backyard. Today we're going to talk about some bandsaws. And I'm not a sponsored video. This isn't a sponsored video, but let's just call it a public service announcement. This is when I find stuff that works for me. I like to share that with my viewing audience so they can have the same joys of using tools that work for them as well. Today we're going to be talking about the Bauer and the Hercules bandsaws sold by Harbor Freight. Now, I know what you're thinking, Michael, you're a sellout. These things are all made, not in the USA. And yeah, I get it. It says designed in California, professionally made in the United States for Hercules tools. So that's the bandsaw blades. Now, as far as the bandsaw itself that I have here, the Hercules battery says made in China, or as I like to call it, Sienna. And I'm not going to go through where the rest of it's made because most likely most of it is made in China. And you guys are probably thinking, you're selling out to China. Listen, folks, I bought DeWalt tools for years. I bought Makita in my 20s. From my 30s on, I bought DeWalt stuff. I got DeWalt drills. I got DeWalt impact drivers. I got DeWalt sawzalls and all that stuff. And over time, they've gotten tired, and they've lasted a while. There's no question about it. The durability and the longevity of the Hercules and the Bauer brands are yet to be determined by me. But I'm just saying, for the value, for the bang, for the buck, and with the economy the way certain things are, when you got your disposable income is less than it used to be, at least it feels that way, it makes it hard to beat. So, right now, if you buy, I don't know how long this sale's going on for, if you buy a Hercules battery pack, or starter kit as it's called, it comes with one of these and a charger for like $99. And you get an up to $139 value tool for free. So, $99 plus tax. I mean, I had to try it. So, I bought this particular tool because it was such a good deal. And then I got it home, and I've had two other bandsaws. So, in the background here, I'll show you. I've got the corded Bauer bandsaw that I put on, that they sell this, what do you want to call it, like a chop saw. Turns your bandsaw into a chop saw attachment. I purchased that. And I've also, this one comes with the case. And it's the exact same saw as this one, only it's, not fastened to something. Once I got this one and put it on here, I'm like, this isn't convenient to take on and off of here a lot. So I wanted another one. And when I bought these were less than $100 a piece as well. And I have abused both of these to the point they impress me. And you guys know it, if you've watched me any length of time, it takes a lot to impress this old fella. I'll show you some of the stuff I had done with this handheld one here. And it's got grease on it. Where'd that grease come from? Looks like the same grease I use on my tractor. I'm pretty sure I wasn't cutting on my tractor. But these pieces of steel here, and this is just one example, these had 1/2-inch rods sticking out of it with weld all the way around at 360. 1/2-inch rods, and these things are over 6 feet tall. They got 1/2-inch rods throughout, and it gets actually closer together down there. I did 2 pieces like this that I salvaged. And to get this pieces of steel off of a part, here's some more of that salvaged tubing from that job. I used this bandsaw, and I laid it down on that steel and just cut. And it just blew my mind. It cut through the weld. That's some of the hardest things on blades and stuff, is cutting through that parent metal and the weld metal. And just there's some zones in there that aren't conducive to being friendly to, let's just say, cutting blades. And I went through probably 3 or 4 blades cutting all that, but that was a lot of nasty cutting. And that's with one of these. Now you get, for like $17 or $18, you get 2 pieces. These are a bimetal blade, long-lasting bimetal blade. And this is an 18 TPI, which normally stands for threads per inch, but it's teeth per inch here in this case. So, you know, this is stock 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch thick. And then they also have coarser blades. I got a couple of them in here, but these are an 18 pitch. There's like a 10-14 variable pitch, which would be designed for a little bit thicker stuff. But plastic, wood, angle iron, stainless steel, I mean, these fits all Hercules, Bauer, Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt, Ryobi, and bandsaws of the same size. So these blades are, for the dollar value, I'm impressed. But this little joker here is a greatly improved model of the Bauers that I bought in the past. And it has, if you can see that, has a light. So it lights up your surface in low light conditions. It also has, see if I can get this in position, this quick adjust 3 positions. It's like 1, 2, 3. This is key. This is also pretty substantial. So if you were to hold this upright position, you could use it like a vertical bandsaw. And I'll demonstrate that on one of these here in a minute. So anyway, I'm just saying, at the end cap of these stores at Harbor Freight, they've got these deals, whether it's a Bauer or a Hercules, it's kind of hard to pass up. You buy a battery and a charger and you get a tool for free. I've gotten Sawzalls, I've gotten a circular saw, and it sounded like the list was going to be longer than that. But I've gotten several tools now and taking advantage of that, let's call it sale or promotion they've got. I don't know how long it's going to last, so I suggest you get out there and make it happen. So just for fun, I'm going to show you how I cut I want to show you how well this particular apparatus here cuts and performs. Don't worry, we'll get to the cordless one too. So we'll lay this across here. Now this has, I wouldn't call it a safety switch by any stretch. You got to push this down, and then you do that and it's off. So let's see how fast we can get through this 2 inch by 2 inch by, I don't know, looks like almost 3/16, 1/8 inch wall tubing. I'm just going to cut a chunk off the end here for demonstration purposes so you get to see. I'm going to leave this in real time so you can see how long it takes to cut through this. And this also has an adjustable piece here that you can do miters. And just like that, you got a nice clean cut, nice and square on this particular piece of tubing. You can't be mad at that. Now the other thing this particular saw has the capability of doing is, in this configuration anyway, is you can undo this little, it's got a little gas charged cylinder here that helps hold it up. But you can also, let's see here. You take this little cylinder loose back here, and you can stand this upright. This has 4 little feet that this thing will stand upright on. And now you can put you a different table on here, or use this even, depending on what you're cutting. And you can use this like a regular vertical bandsaw to cut your metal. We'll demonstrate that now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just use this little bandsaw here, and I'm going to cut this piece of angle iron off with it. Maybe I want to make a notch in it. Now, if you're doing any kind of fabrication work, being able to cut and do stuff like that to make odd pieces, odd cuts, this is very handy. And you saw how fast this converts from that type of saw. I'll put the little hydraulic cylinder back on here. And now it's a chop saw again. So it makes it very universal. Well, Michael, how does the battery power work, you're asking? Well, I'm going to show you. Now, this has got the 18 pitch fine blade in it. And it's got the, I'm going to just cut off a sliver on the end here for demonstration purposes. As you can see, the light comes on as soon as you squeeze the trigger, and it is variable speed, so I can go slow and I can go fast. So let's see if we can make a straight cut here. Not bad, huh? So let's keep in mind that piece is hot. I didn't cut it real straight. A little practice, I could get better. I'm going to show you a pile of stuff I cut up the other day. Now you guys might be asking, why would you need a bandsaw like that? Nobody needs one. Well, actually there are quite a few people that need one, or should have one, because you're going to save yourself a lot of time, energy, and effort using one of these things versus, let's just say, a cutoff wheel or a cutting torch or a plasma cutter. All those tools have their places, along with the bandsaw has its place as well. But I had a whole bunch of scrap tubing laid out here in my shed for a while, and I knocked it over last night, unfortunately. But I'll show you what I did. You can see all this tubing right here that I knocked over. I got to get busy restacking it. It's just making a mess. A couple of pieces of flat stock. This is all some kind of a project somebody had, and then they decided they didn't want it. It was all welded together, and it was all welded together, and these are the salvage chunks. Along with, I did get some, longer pieces out of it too. But I'm going to use this to make me some shelving brackets. You might say, this is just nasty old rusty material. It's fine. Everything doesn't have to be brand new, folks. Recycle some things every now and then. I got the same sort of situation here, where I've got some pallet rack beams that have been, they got a little whoop to them here and there, a little crookedness. But I can salvage, I can cut sections out of this, and I'm gonna build me some shelves out of it. Weld it together and make some shelves in my shop. That'll be an upcoming project. But all those cuts, you count all those pieces, that's a lot of cuts there. And I was able to cut through all those with one blade. Now, let's just keep in mind that blade had very few teeth left on it when I was done, but it made it through the job. And cutting through rust and dirt and grime like that will take the edge off a sharp edge of a blade in no time. And that did. So, $9 blade. I got well more than $9 worth of steel there that I can use on something else versus just hauling it to the scrapyard. The other rule of thumb to keep in mind, folks, is when you're cutting with a bandsaw blade, that the number of teeth per inch, the TPI, and the reason they give you this 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch stock is a minimum 3 teeth should be on the metal cutting edge at all times. That ensures better cutting performance, plus prevents ripping teeth off of these things, because these teeth will peel off of there and you'll end up with a metal band with no teeth on it eventually, and it'll start skipping. You might have noticed when I was using this just a second ago. If you heard it or picked up on it, there's a tooth or two missing, but it still cuts. The problem you run into when it gets too many teeth missing is it starts to grab, and it'll skip and then grab and skip and then grab. So you want to keep your blades in fairly decent shape. When you're abusing them like I did, cutting that rusty tubing out there, you're going to lose teeth. Now, how long did this last? How long did that battery last cutting that tubing? I went through 1 and about 3/4 batteries cutting all that tubing up. That was it. It cut for a long time. I was out there sawing for a couple of hours, getting all that cut up and to salvage that steel. And that took me not even 2 full batteries worth. So long as I had 2 batteries, 1 on the charger and 1 ready to rock that was in there, I was good to go. The other feature this thing has is a neat little, you can hang it. It's got a little hanger built on right there. You can also remove it if you'd like, if it gets in your way. There again, tight, loose, it's just rotate this guy, and it actually goes around this way and this way. And they all have that same feature. You know, it's got the tensioner that automatically puts the proper amount of tension on the blade. Now, I didn't bring this one out of the case and show you because this one and this one are the same, and it performs just like this one does. So that's, there again, they are variable speed too. So I didn't show you that on this one. You can take it down to a crawl. They all are variable speed. So for the bang for your buck, they're really, really hard to beat. If you're not, now, believe you me, if you're in the professional world where you're using these things to make a living, and you got to have the reliability. And there again, I can't brag about the reliability here yet. But DeWalt and Fast Tool and Milwaukee and all those other ones have a reputation of being good, durable tools and lasting a long time. Now, over the last year, I have abused this one here and this one here. And this one I have started to abuse it. Now, when I say abuse, I use it. And I use my tools well. I don't abuse them. I don't throw them around in the dirt. I don't drop them off of roofs and stuff like that. But they do get used. And there again, so far, so good. And this video wouldn't have been here if it didn't impress me. And there again, like I said, this is more of a public service announcement for folks. If you're looking for a deal on a battery and a charger and getting up to $139 value worth of tool, and this tool here, right here, was $126 value, I think, is what they have at Harbor Freight. Kind of hard to beat. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for somebody, or a birthday gift, or just, hey, your guy or your gal needs a new tool, this is a way to do it economically. I think you'll be pleased with the performance and all that stuff. So enough selling, okay, guys? I'm not trying to sell you this stuff. I'm just trying to tell you this is some good bang for your buck is what this is. And I'm not trying to steer anybody wrong ever. If it's junk, chances are I won't talk about it. Or if it is junk, I might tell you that, be warned type of thing. And there again, if I compare it to a restaurant, if somebody tells me it was okay, then I'm probably not going to that restaurant. But they say, yeah, I'll be back. That's what this is all about. I'll be back. Right now, if one of these were to break, I would have no problem buying another one for the amount of money and the amount of use. I've got my $99 out of each one of these. No question about it already. I've already paid the tubing I salvaged. Was $99, at least $100 worth of tubing I salvaged. Tool's still here to save me some more money on more stuff. So, all right, folks. I appreciate you putting up with me on this video. A lot of you guys, if you watched it this far, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for watching and giving me the thumbs up and subscribing. There's a lot of folks that watch my little, I called it the $80 Harbor Freight chainsaw. Same kind of deal. Buy the battery, get the chainsaw for free. And it was met with some overwhelming views for this channel. Normally, this channel, I'll get 400, 500, 600 views on a video. This one's it's closing in on 7,000 views for it. And that might have inspired me to do this video, but I also just recently purchased this and thought, I want to do a video on it, but I got to get some more use on it, and I did. And now it looks like I went back to back with, hey, this is a tool review channel. It's not a tool review channel, folks. This is just to get you guys out there and buying stuff that works for you because it works for me. And we got a lot of projects ahead that we will be using tools like this on. No question about it. All right, this is Michael saying get your hour a day in on your project in order to move your project along. Think about it. That's 365 hours a year. That's a lot of hours. You know, you'll spend more than that a day going to getting coffee every day. Maybe not. But you'll get a lot done in your project. And I can only just inspire and encourage you guys to do that. Some days, I need motivation. You folks motivate me a lot. The fact that you click on and actually watch me do some of this silly stuff I do in these videos is amazing to me. That you find me entertaining enough to spend your time watching me, and hopefully you pick up a little nugget of knowledge along the way as well. I'm humbled by it every time I post a video and people watch it. I'm just humbled beyond belief. So, thank you folks. We'll see you on the next video. I'm out.